What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our Pokemon TCG Pocket, and in today's episode, guys, we are rocking out with an Infernape deck today. This is a little bit of a different build than I think the standard one is right now. I think the standard one is you replace Giratina with Moltres, and then I think some people are running Rapidash line in it, but we have a little bit of a different one, and I want to go over why I think this is actually a pretty good one. It's a little bit inconsistent, right? Because two-stage evolutions inherently are. But overall, I think this kind of utilizes Infernape stuff the best. So let's get right into it, right? So 140 attack on a 2 energy Infernape is incredible, right? It ramps going first, right? Chimchar into Monferno, if you do get stuck with it going first, is still, you're doing 30 damage for 1 energy. And then Infernape evolves once after that for 2 and 140. You do lose both fire energies. It is very similar to like Magmar in that way, but you do like almost twice the damage and have way more HP. So it's a much stronger version of that. Giratina is a very cool Pokemon here. Basically, its ability is that if you have a single energy attached to it, it has a 0 retreat cost. So this is basically just a 120 wall for you that you put a single energy onto it, and then you can switch out with Infernape, who also has a free retreat cost. We're playing one Spirit Tomb. Spirit Tomb is here basically as a Pokemon version of Giovanni, but it also puts 10 chip damage on everything and activating Cyrus for us. So because you have 10 damage on everything, you can now play Cyrus and choose what gets switched in. The nice thing about Cyrus versus Sabrina is that you choose the Pokemon versus Sabrina where your opponent chooses. So that's very nice. So it activates your Cyrus perfectly. The 10 extra damage does do what you need to do to knock out 150 Pokemon. And any psychic types obviously take 30. So very nice in that regard. Of course, 2 Pokeball is pretty standard. Pokemon Communication, I think, is going to be the new standard for any 2-stage evolution deck. I think it works best with 5 basic Pokemon in it. So, yeah, so that's sort of kind of why we have what we have. We're also rocking with 2 Rocky Helmets. Basically, Rocky Helmet is going to allow Spirit Tomb to do, 30 damage over the course of a situation. If it's in the lead, it allows Giratina to kind of function like a free retreat cost Druddigon in a way. Unfortunately, it does add an extra card to it, but it does have some value. And I've actually found that playing it on Chimchar has actually been effective in niche situations where your opponent could knock it out, but they sometimes don't, and so it just saves you, right? It gives you another turn. Again, we're playing one Cyrus. This pairs really well with Spirit Tomb and Rocky Helmet as well. So anyone who has damage on it, you can force them in. Dawn is the secret sauce of this build. Dawn, I think, is going to be very good in a lot of decks. But basically, what you're doing is Dawn is able to, when Giratina switches out for Infernape, you can then place that energy that gave you the free retreat cost back onto Infernape and then play your regular energy that turn and attack again. So Dawn kind of accelerates the energy for Infernape. And then, of course, 2 Professor's Research, which again is pretty standard. So let's hop into some games and see what we can do. Again, this deck is very hit or miss. Is very dependent on Infernape. So you are going to win games. You are going to lose games. It is what it is. I don't think this deck is some deck that's going to be able to go 60 and 40 all the time. I think it's more of a deck that, when it's going well, and when it's not, it's not. So we have a Chimchar, Monferno, and Infernape right off the bat, and we go second, which is really good. So in this particular situation, right, 20 damage plus Rocky Helmet evolving into Monferno does knock out this Pikachu. So I actually think that's a really good thing, because like you won't be able to evolve this, like you won't be able to evolve right now, right? So I'm gonna want to do damage in a way, and I don't think you can fill the bench. Yeah, you can't fill the bench. Perfect. Okay, so we have a second Chimchar out. I am going to Pokeball here, and we do get a Giratina. So in this particular situation, I am going to Rocky Helmet this Chimchar. This is kind of what we're talking about, where... And I am going to play this Giratina on the bench as well. And then we're going to scratch here. If you attack me, I knock you out next turn after the Rocky Helmet damage. So this sort of kind of... Yeah, okay. So that's fine as well. We can blow up this Raichu, which also then hurts the Pikachu. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't think you're getting energy fast enough onto this, so this is just a knockout here for us anyways. I am going to play this second... actually, I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to play this Monferno. I am going to stick the energy onto Giratina so that I have the free ability to retreat. And then we're going to Fire Punch here. And I don't think there's any way that you get 2 energy here. So, we're going to take care of this Raichu. I mean, you might just switch, but I think you're going to probably... That's a waste of a potion. Unless you're switching, that's a waste of a potion. I'm cool with you wasting 2 cards like that. I am perfectly fine with it. Yep, and my opponent doesn't know the sauce. My opponent does not know the sauce. Alright, so we're gonna do this. I am gonna save the Dawn here. So we're gonna do this. And then we're just gonna hit for 140 damage. Perfect. So at this point here, because we have Dawn... Okay, you're gonna put in Pikachu. That's fine. That is fine with me. We will sit here. We will just chill. We'll play our game. Okay, you're playing Zapdos. This is another 3 energy Pokemon. Bro. Alright, so because of this, I'm actually going to get this... Yeah, I'm actually gonna get a second Chimchar going here. And I'm also going to play an energy onto this. And end the turn. I can Dawn and also get an energy onto the second Chimchar. Or Monferno, sorry. And I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Okay, so this is Jolteon coming in. Okay. So I am going to Professor's Research here. I'm going to see if I can get an Infernape out of this. I get a second Dawn. All right, we're going to do this. I'm actually going to Communication and see if I can't switch this Giratina out for an Infernape. It's only Spirit Tomb or Infernape that are options, and I do get it, which is really, really huge. I could try to pick up a KO, but I think we're good to just Flare Blitz here, get a point. And even if you knock me out, I am pretty much completely ready to go for next turn and get this W here. Jolteon can potentially 40, 80, 60... Wait, 40, 80, 120, 160 is what it can do. So I will live with 10 HP, unless you have Giovanni, which is fine. So let's see how much they can do. Okay, 1 head. Unfortunate for them, but it is what it is. And at this point, we don't even need to play the other one. We're pretty much just good here. My opponent does think they have an extra turn, which is nice. I'm I am going to Dawn. And GG's. GG's to my opponent. And yeah, it's a pretty clean first game. A bit of a weird Pikachu deck, honestly. I don't know that Jolteon is super common to be used, but overall, I think good. We got pressure early. It's a game we didn't really get to utilize Rocky Helmet at all, but you know, that Rocky Helmet maybe prevented that Pikachu from wanting to attack. I mean, you evolved right away, so I guess there was that, but you know, overall, good first game here. Really shows off how fast Infernape can get going, and we got to at least show off Dawn as well, so that's sort of kind of the strategy behind it. Okay, we're playing a pretty new player. They might not have all the cards. Level 10, they definitely don't have all the cards. This might be a bit of a weird game, so we can just sort of kind of start with this. Oh, they actually have Shaman, so I guess this is the new player into Gen 4, so they were loving the Gen 4 vibes. They came through. So we do have another basic, so let's just actually play a Pokeball here and get another basic out of the deck. There's nothing that I really need to try to force just yet. Okay, another Pokeball, so we'll play that. Get as many cards out of here as possible. And then realistically, I would love this to be Infernape when I switch out this Giratina. And I get Spirit Tomb. So a bit of a different one than I was thinking I was going to get. We're going to put this Giratina on, and we'll just end our turn like that. Okay. So let's see what we can do. I definitely don't want to be underestimating this deck for sure. So 50. So this Shaman's actually pretty solid here. It can stall out Monferno at the very least for a little bit. Okay, you have Celebi and Shaman. This is level 10. This is a level 10 player. Okay, maybe I see where it's a level 10 player. Okay. Once again, well, I guess we can wait a turn for it. So we'll get Monferno here. The one problem that I have right now is that I am in a lot of trouble if I can't get this. Yeah, I am in a lot of trouble if I can't get Infernape, because I'm not going to be able to do it with Celebi. Now, you might have X speed. You might have X speed. And if you do, it is what it is. It's stuck. Oh, you have a leaf. Okay. So, 2 heads, and unfortunately, Monferno is down and out. We do have another Chimchar, though, so it's not the end of the world. But this would be really unfortunate. Okay, there we go. No heads here. And if we get Infernape, we are blowing this person back. Okay, so another turn has passed. Okay, so now I am going to Communication. I'm going to get rid of Spirit Tomb, and we're going to try again for Infernape. I get Monferno, which is not fantastic, but it does mean that I'm just going to end up playing this Chimchar. We are going to do this, and I pretty much have to just live and die by the fact that I don't have Infernape at all. Unfortunately, this is the life of playing with this type of deck, as I was talking about at the beginning. So you're gonna get another heads opportunity with, bro. You're gonna get another opportunity here. 2 heads were done, is the unfortunate part about it. And we get lucky. This gives us 1 additional turn. Because I have Dawn, I'm actually going to... Okay, we're going to research here first. Spirit Tomb Dawn. So I am getting absolutely wrecked here. Getting absolutely wrecked here. We're going to put the energy onto Giratina. And Fiery Punch again. The nice part is that I'm only giving up a 1 prizer. Out of this Monferno, it's really unfortunate that this Celebi is now able to completely ramp here. I am going to lead Giratina. I am going to lead Giratina because I need to ensure that I can switch out if I get Infernape. And if I don't, I actually think there's a world that maybe I choose Spirit Tomb on the bench, but we're getting a little bit unlucky here. There's 5 cards in the deck, 2 of them were Infernape. And we get Rocky Helmet out of this, which is just so incredibly unfortunate. To kind of deal with this though, I think I'm gonna stick an energy onto this. This does KO this Shaman, so I will take the first point. And then at the very least, I can save this Dawn. I can save Dawn. I don't know why you pulled out Celebi. I guess you were worried that you couldn't heal it anymore, but they're superior. Like, at this point, you shouldn't have switched, right? Like, you now have 10 coin flips. You should be able to hit 1 to do this. You know what I mean? So there's the Infernape. There's the Infernape. We are going to do this. We are going to Cyrus this Celebi. And unfortunately, my opponent kind of gave this away. But yeah, my opponent just concedes. That's GG's to my opponent there. I don't know why they switched out Celebi. I mean, I only had 4 cards left in the deck. Like, yeah, I was getting Infernape. Now, the fact that they were both at the bottom of the deck is painful. But overall, we overcame that, right? I mean, we had the type advantage in that one too, which probably definitely helped. So, yeah, that's what it looks like when it doesn't go well. But we still won at the end of the day, so I will take it. I will take it. Okay, so we have Nemo. We have Nemo with a dark type deck. We have 2 Giratinas to start off here. I am going to play the Chimchar just in case I get Monferno off of the research. And this is most likely Darkrai. Yeah. So this is scary. This is scary, obviously. There's not a lot we can do. It doesn't really matter. I can't evolve this turn, so I guess I am okay just ending the turn right now. Okay. So with that, we're in a really tough spot. This Spirit Tomb does allow Chimchar to get forced in. I don't have any way of stopping it at all. And Darkrai also can do 20 damage to whatever it wants. So we're kind of just in this really rough spot because now you can play Cyrus. Okay, we get Monferno, which is big. I do have to kind of target this. I need to research and hopefully get Infernape. Okay, perfect. So with the Infernape, at the very least, you can't really do anything to me at the moment. So I think we're good to end our turn like this. I'm also going to need to put the energy onto Giratina to switch it out. Although I'm probably going to get switched in with Cyrus here, potentially. Although I don't think you do enough pressure. Yeah, there's that, actually. That's a problem. The Sneasel does way more. Sneasel does way more. Okay. It would be amazing if I could force in Darkrai here, but there really isn't a way to manipulate that. And this Giratina has taken a ton of damage. Okay, so second Chimchar. I'm going to play you. I'm going to have to take advantage of Dawn right away, which is a little frustrating, but knocking out this Spirit Tomb. Okay. Well, Dawn right away. Dawn's the only way through this, basically. Yep. Get a KO here. I'm actually gonna... Do I play Chimchar? I think I do. I want a full health one to be able to actually do something with. Okay. So, I want to force you to evolve into your... Sneasel. I want to force that. So... It's a little tough, right? Because they can force in whatever they want if they have Cyrus. If they don't, for whatever reason... Yeah, like, you're gonna do 70... You're gonna do 90 here. You're gonna do 90 here. Yep. Yeah, so 90 damage here. We're not gonna be fast enough to get this second. Okay, there's Dawn. Yep, your energy onto it. Kind of the same strategy, honestly, in a lot of ways. Although you're not using any 2-stage evolutions. So 70 damage here. The really unfortunate part is there's really no way around this. Like, I am just kind of stuck. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna hard switch to Spirit Tomb. And then we're gonna set ourselves up that we can pull in whatever. The thing is, it's full HP, so I do force my opponent to have Cyrus. If they only have Sabrina, I can send out Chimchar, but they do have Cyrus, so they are pulling that out, which is expected. Yeah, definitely expected. So... Actually, I needed to be more aggressive with that Chimchar search. I did need to be more aggressive with it. I don't now have the ability. We have to go Chimchar here. There is not another basic in the deck. Okay. We are gonna Pokemon Communication. I do have to try to find Monferno. I get Infernape out of it instead. I think that's just GG's. Although, what I can do... What I can do is force in Sneasel. It actually doesn't matter. It's too late. It is too late. So we just do the damage and GG's to my opponent. I was gonna say, if it was possible to have a 2 retreat cost on something, or if Darkrai only had 1 energy onto it, it would have been a little better, but yeah. Definitely, we definitely lost this because we couldn't get the second Monferno. 5 cards left in the deck again. I should have been more aggressive on the last turn. I wasn't, so That is probably my fault for this one. I didn't give myself every opportunity to win it. Not that the outcome would have been different, but I definitely didn't give myself the opportunity faster. So let's get one more game in. Get one more game in. We had kind of one game where I didn't play very well, one where my opponent kind of messed up, and then another one where I thought just everything went well for us. But of course, we just had a really fast start. So let's get one more game in. Okay, we're going second here. We're going second. We have a Giratina lead with the Rocky helmet. Okay. So versus Kangaskhan. And what are you rocking out with? Okay. Okay. Pokeball here. Okay, we get Chimchar, so that's perfect. I'm going to Rocky helmet this. And then I'm going to just play Chimchar, play the energy onto Chimchar, and we'll get things ready to go. This Kangaskhan, at the very least, potentially only does 30 damage and does take 20 as recoil. I wonder, even if you hit 0 heads, do you still take damage? I guess we're about to find out. You take no damage if I take no damage. Okay. That is good to know, honestly. I'm not even gonna need to do anything with this, so we're just gonna end our turn. Bit of a sleepy start here, honestly. Oh no, we're back to Dragonite decks. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so at least we know that 2 heads on a Kangaskhan is still... We still definitely get through this. So... Take 20 damage. There's Infernape. I guess I need to be aggressive, right? I guess I just need to be aggressive. So we'll do this. We'll retreat for free. We'll knock out the Kangaskhan. You can only get to Dragonair. And then I can Dawn, rush that Dratini out of there. So that's the strategy right now. And you didn't get electric energy, you only got water. So yeah, there's a Dragonair. 2 water energy. And GG's. GG's. So 1 energy here. Dawn it up. And my opponent concedes. So GG's to my opponent. Yeah, obviously quick strike offense with this Infernape, right? It's one of the faster 2-stage evolutions that are even out there. This deck is really fun to play with, though. It's fast paced. When it's going well, it's really rewarding. But when you can't get the 2-stage evolution, which is basically like any 2-stage evolution deck, it feels a little frustrating. But overall, I thought we showed showed the deck off pretty well. We didn't really get to use the Spirit Tomb Cyrus play at all, but you know, it didn't really impact anything. But if you were playing a Mewtwo, for example, if you were playing you know, something like that where like the HP is a little higher, you know, Spirit Tomb really does come in clutch. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you would change about the deck down below. I know that a lot of people are playing with Moltres. Again, like I said, people playing with Farfetch'd and Rapidash. But yeah, let me know what you would do for the deck down below. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.